Hi, welcome back to Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 188 of our crafting podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Ravelry. We have a Facebook group, Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy.
You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher, all one word.
Weather report.
Well, it's been a little up yo-yoing. Like it's been nice, warm but nice. Then it rains. And then it gets hot and muggy. And like today, this morning, it was nice. Cool breeze. Till the rain came through. And now it feels like a swamp outside. It's like 87 degrees and it really feels like 98 or something crazy like that.
I checked right before I went to go for my run, which is why I'm like a mess now because I'm hot and I'm cold and I'm sweaty, but I'm
I think she's nuts for going for a run when it's this warm.
I tend to walk when it's cool. And for some reason, I get out there when it's hot like this, and I'm like, I want to run.
You're strange stuff.
I don't know how it all works out, and I don't know. Because I know
it's all connected to her sinuses.
Yes, because we were together earlier, and I hadn't worked out this morning or went for a walk. I hadn't done anything because it was pretty much I got up, took a shower, and we left. So on our way home, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so congested. And like you could hear I was plugged up really bad. And I'm like, it's because I haven't gone out and walked or ran or whatever. And that, if I do it every single day, it tends to clear up my allergies for whatever reason. I don't question it. I just go with it. So I told her, I'm like, well, I might go for a walk or something after I do a few things. So I did a few things, and then I went and ran 2 miles and did a 1 mile cool down walk. And even had a better time than I did yesterday. I wasn't sure if it would work or not because my knee has been burning all day. But it held up, so.
Yep.
And Karen took a nap.
Yeah, I took a nap. I was the smart one of the two.
No, because now I can breathe at least for a while. So everything's cleared up again. All right, shop news. I actually have some shop news this time. So first off, I'll start with, I did put in a couple, and I do mean a couple, new bags. So let me show you those. I have some true crime bags, which I did keep one of these for myself for my Friday night true crime book thing that I do online. So I'll put a project in there, and that will be the project that I work on just that night. And it'll be like a simple one where I'm not like following stuff, So probably a pair of socks will get put in mine, but I have one sock size left in that one. And I have 2 of the medium ones. That's all I haven't left in that print. And I have 1 sock size in these little beavers. And 1 of the wireframe bags in the beavers. So those are the new ones that got added. And then I'm going to really quick run through everything else I have in the shop as far as bag-wise, because everything as of right now is marked 30% off. So you're going to want to go check those out. Well, don't check them out. Just go buy them. We're going to go through sizes first. So, sock sizes. Care Bears. And I'm just going to do this quick. I got 3 of them. The Wizards bag. Weasley Wizards. I have 2 sock bags in that. I have a coffee. Coffee! That's how I always say it. I can't just say coffee. Hearts. I have 2. I have a Care Bears quilted bag. And the back is also quilted. It is a zippered bag. I can't believe that one's still in there, honestly. Medium drawstrings. Wizards. Campers. And again, all of these I'm showing you are 30% off. Candyland. 1 reindeer, 2 of the Shop Local, 1 of the cocktails. I got 2 of the Hogwarts Christmas, 3 sugar cookies, 4 coffees, 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I put all the 4s together? 4 of the trees. I don't know how that ended up happening. 2 Snoopies. 1 heart. And this is sparkled. I don't know if it's showing up very sparkly on the TV or not. I have 1 of the makeup bags, and these are the ones that have the opening zipper so it stands open, and then there's pockets inside. And I only have 2 of the striped wireframe Care Bear bags, which are really, really cute. So all of those that I just showed are 30% off at Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. Get them while you can. Alrighty. So that's that. Oh, I still got 1 in my lap. Oh. Alright. FOs?
I do have a finished object. Where did it go?
I don't know. Why are you
That's
not
the
organized?
Let's see. Did she bring it is the question, I think. Yes, she did. Okay, this is an old one that we got, that you probably got from a thrift store. Counted thread beading Christmas ornaments. That's what it looks like, really old package. And I finished, or almost fully finished, the Joy.
No.
Yeah. So, easy enough. Just need to glue it and trim the edges, and then that'll be completely done. That's my finished object.
Alright. I got 7.
Cool.
Because that's the way I was rolling this time. Alright. So, first off, in my little Schitt's Creek bag by, why am I drawing a blank? Ha, I have the card. String Crazy Bags on Etsy. I showed this last time. The Secret Skein from Telly Bean Knits. And I was using the yarn. It was from the Fairy Club a while ago from Crystal Skies Hand Dyed, which I still have like 2 skeins of. These were just like the extras. And where my progress keeper is there, down to the point, is what I did. So the cowl is done.
Cool.
And that's the back. So when you put it on, this kind of lays down, like it does like a kind of foldy kind of thing, whatever. And then point. So finish that. So that'll go in the gift bin. So that's 1. Oh, I don't know where to put all this stuff. Dishcloths for this month. Ooh, I don't know if I have where we went. I don't even know which one this is. Maybe I have it on my phone still. Yes. Oh, no, it is this one. So this time we went to So it's called Beaver Tails, which is a Canadian treat. And I used, what did I use? I just grabbed something out of the closet. This I had gotten at a thrift store. And it's coastal cotton. I don't know if it has a colorway or anything. No, it just says coastal cotton. It literally does not even have a number or anything. So, picked that up at a thrift store. Yeah, didn't make that one. So I did 3 of the washcloths out of that. Let me figure out which way they go. Let me look at the picture. So it should be that way. So that's what those look like. Well, because it really could go the other way too,
Yeah,
if you wanted, because it looks good too. So there's 3 of them. So I'm done with the dishcloths until the next month. So I'll have to grab some more cotton out and put in that bag for next month. I'm not going to have any room soon. Next up would be a pair of socks, which you've seen 1 pair already out of these, which is the pink from Plymouth and the F Cancer from Yarn Inc. So I finished the second pair I was working on. I really like these.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be keeping one of these pairs for myself, and one will go in the gift bin. So, there's that. I'm going to have a lot to put away tomorrow. Up next is, I'd already knit one of these that I showed last time. But I went ahead and knit a second one. And it was the new Benjamin Matthews Designs, the Down the Line beanie. And I used, which she doesn't die anymore, Cherry Pie Cottage in the Kentucky Rain. There's that. So that came out pretty.
Yeah, that did come out really pretty.
So I just feel like it's 2 hats for Christmas. He's my hat guy. So that was his hat. Well, his one really needs to be retired. The original one I made, because he is wearing it and it's got so many fuzzies and so like. You act like I haven't knit you any other ones, but that obviously was one of his favorites, which I know was one that was designed by the same designer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went ahead and I made 2 of those. Okay, the last one I do not have, but I do have a picture of it. So I've been doing some sample knitting for Arkansas Yarn Co. So they sent me more yarn, another pattern to knit up. The pattern is by Caitlin Hunter. A little sweater. And you could do sleeves or basically sleeveless. This is the sleeveless version, which is what they opted for me to do. So they sent the yarn, and there was a bit of an issue because I took it out and it was bamboo pop And they sent me 4 skeins, even though they were pretty sure I would only need 3. I was having to hold it double. So started out with holding the first 2 skeins double. And immediately, like that, upon touching the yarn, my hand started to tingle. Going further on, then I started getting that. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So I looked to see what it was made out of. Because I'm like, well, surely she didn't send me something that she knows I'm allergic to, because I do have a long list of, different, alpaca and mohairs and yak and stuff that's not superwash. Well, it's cotton and bamboo, which we all know I'm not allergic to cotton because I know cotton all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So lo and behold, I'm allergic to bamboo, guys. Add another one to the list. So I told Brett, just like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. And he's like, well, get some latex gloves out. So that's what I did. And I didn't say anything to Lori about it. I'm like, oh, I'm holding it double. It'll go fairly quick. And I'm just going to work on this and not work on anything else. So I worked on it for 2 nights and had it all done except for weaving in the ends and picking up the collar, which was literally you picked it up and you did, it was like 2 or 4 rounds, and then you bound off. Mm-hmm. So I worked on it 2 nights, and then the next morning did the collar, took care of all the ends, was not going to block it, threw it in a mailer and got it the heck out of my house. Only thing I felt bad about was I used the 2 skeins, and I only had like the little ribbing on the arms to go and the neck. So I knew I really didn't, like I could have taken one of the skeins and split it. Mm-hmm. He wasn't home. And I didn't want to try to have to bring it in here and split them. Mm-hmm. Because with it being cotton and bamboo, it was going to fuzz. So then that's going to be in my craft room. Yeah. So that every time I come in here, I'm going to have, if there's fuzzies floating and stuff, I'm going to have issues. So I felt bad about doing it, but I just used both the skeins. I'm like, sorry, Lori. I'm like, if it was like, it's not a pricey yarn neither. Mm-hmm. So this would be a very cost-effective sweater. It's like $10 for a ball of it. Mm-hmm. And you literally, for the size I did, only need little over 2 balls of it. I did a size... I did the third size. Size 42 is what they requested I did. And it was knit on really large needles, so the main part of the sweater is knit on US 11.
Wow. And
the ribbing was knit on US 10. That's why it only took me 2 nights to knit.
Oh, yeah.
And Lori still was like, how'd you knit that fast? I'm like, it just needed to be done.
Yeah.
it just needed to go. So I sent her pictures when it was done. So this is the first picture I sent her.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. And then this is the second picture I sent her. And I said, do you have any questions?
So then she knew that you were allergic to it.
Then I explained to her what went on. And she was like, oh my gosh, why did you knit that? I'm like, I knew it was going to be quick. You guys have already sent me, spent the money sending me the yarn and everything, bought the pattern. I wasn't going to worry about it. So she wasn't at the store that day. So she sends this picture to her daughter, Jessa, and was like, guess who's allergic to bamboo? So she's like, I'll add that to the list of yarn not to send you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I do have 2 more projects that I know of to knit for them. That they should be sending me yarn out for And those two are ones that I will not actually be able to show when I'm working on them, because they're a secret. But they should be fairly quick knits. It's nothing that I can't get through really quick.
That's really interesting because it's not really spelt summer.
Yeah.
But when you think of summer, you think lightweight, and this is really a DK to Aran weight, depending on what you hold together.
Yes, but no. Because of the fact it is, but the fabric is not, because you're doing it on such a large needle.
Yeah.
So it was still really flowy.
Okay.
And then you have the cotton in there, if you use cotton, so that's more of a, So I was just glad it was quick, guys. So yeah, there's that. I learned that I'm allergic to bamboo. Add that to the list. The things we find out. Something else I can't touch when we go places. Because my life isn't hard enough. Oh my gosh. I mean, to be a knitter and be allergic to so many different yarn types.
Yeah. We went thrifting and you saw this great big huge cone of yarn, and the fuzz was just like, oh no, I'm not even gonna try.
It's fuzzy.
It's fuzzy.
Well, remember that one?
I didn't even touch it.
Remember that one time when we went to that one store when I got the DK skeins and she was trying to show us stuff, and I'm standing there going, ma'am, I can't touch that. I can't touch that. And she's like, it's super, no, it's fuzzy. Can't touch it. I know from looking at it.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, I mean, I have had some oopsies where I did touch something, but I always have Benadryl, if not on me, in the car, for cases like that. Because sometimes I'll touch it, at Goodwill when I'm digging through the yarn. I'll touch something and I'll have a reaction because it was stored with something else. So that's another hard thing for me. Even if somebody were to gift me yarn and it's superwash and I wouldn't be allergic to it, if they had it stored with mohair, I will still have a reaction because of it being up against the mohair.
Yeah.
Or if they had yarn dyers that I know sometimes send out their yarn with lavender sachets, that's a major issue.
Yeah.
Highly allergic to lavender. So I usually try to remember to mention in the notes when I order not to put anything scented in there. So allergies. It's such a pain. Alrighty. You want to tell the folks about the MCAL we have going on? Sure.
We have the MCAL, which is basically anything that you craft. We have it in Ravelry. It's anything that you make for somebody else that you're giving as a gift. It can be for charity, it can be for birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, whatever, just because, as long as you're giving it to someone else and it's not a something that you're going to use yourself. We don't have any size requirements. We do require, since we are giving you such a long time, it started our last podcast and runs through the end of December.
It was July 1st.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of people do, the Christmas in July. We do ask that it be a new start. No whips. But it could be anything: crochet, knitting, cross stitch, sewing, paper crafts, beading, diamond art, whatever you do as a craft. And please enter. We have a finish and a cheddar thread going on.
We have 18 FOs already.
Cool.
We have one lady that is doing a lot of teddy bears for
that is adorable.
Charity boxes. We have some hats for Christmas pictures. And she was smart. She was doing some bulky ones, too. So those will knit up really nice and quick.
That's a pretty pattern.
Cowls. I love this hat.
Oh, very nice.
This one is very, very pretty. More teddies. So yeah, there's a variety of stuff in here already. Some shawls. And I might not comment on everything. I do, you'll know I saw it because I do always hit the love button. And then, like she said, there is a chatter thread.
Mm-hmm.
And people have been talking amongst themselves over there.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So yeah, definitely check that out. There'll be prizes at the end. And yeah, there's that. Alrighty. Whips.
Yep.
I got only 4.
I think I might have 4 or 5.
Alright, I'll do this one really quick because I don't have much on it. I took the kids to McDonald's yesterday, so I did a little bit of sock knitting. Long enough to poke a hole in my finger again.
Oh, because you're back to doing fingering.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm using signatures, which are sharp as you know what, with them being that small. So, and then this morning I went to get them. Oh, I just found money in my bag.
Oh.
What's that from? Huh. Must fall out of my wallet. I went to grab it out because I was looking for something in my bag. Pulled the needle right out of all the stitches. I was like, really? Oh, and my granddaughter. Gotta pay attention. I really need to pay attention. Sitting there knitting, and I got my clicker because I'm in where I'm working rounds. That way I know how many rounds I do on the first sock, so I can match to the second sock. And little man called me, and I wasn't paying attention. Went and did that. Go sit down. Look up, and there's my granddaughter across the room with my clicker. Click, 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 click. And I'm like,
No. No.
and she's like, Grandma, look how many I have on there. There's like 98. I'm like, no, honey. No. I think there was 2, but I wasn't 100% sure, but that's what we were going with. Yeah, I have to. The kids, they both love those clickers. And I should have known, but it was so noisy and crazy in there and just... So I'm knitting the Summertime Socks by Lauren Slagle. Lolo did it. And I'm using the yarn. I remember what I used this yarn for. I knit Peanut a sweater out of it. Still don't remember whose it is, but I remember what I knit. Still on the first sock. Like I said, I've only... Ooh, gonna lose a DPN again. Yep. Or lose stitches again. There they go. Well, these little ones too, and I don't find this with the other signature DPNs, but the smaller ones are slick.
Yeah, seem to be a little bit more slick.
Yeah, so I really need to put them in a cozy. Because it's not like I don't have any, guys. But I did get a little bit on the foot done, but not a whole lot. But that's fine. Like I said, these I'm not really in a rush for. It's just whenever. These might actually go in my Crime Night
there you go.
bag, and then I won't even have to worry about
Peanut
or the needles slipping out because they won't be in a bag that I travel with.
Yeah.
So these more than likely will get switched over, and I'll probably cast on some DK socks to put in my to-go bag. That's my thought. So I still don't know where this money came from.
Why are you? It's funny.
I bet you it's from when we were shopping, and instead of putting it in my wallet, I must have just thrown it in my bag. Huh. Well, that means I didn't spend as much as what I thought. No. I found money.
So you remember last time how I was talking about, like I bought size up needles because the socks that I knit twice were too small, were too snug? Well, I found these, and guess what? These are size 1s versus, I think they're size 1s.
I'm going to say don't ask me to read them. That's why I do not like those needles. Chagu needles.
2.25s. Yeah.
Chagu needles would be good if they could just mark them a different way.
Yeah.
And I say the same thing about Hayas too,
Yeah.
because I can't read them on the cord.
Hayas, I think they're even worse because then you wear it off. And then it's in a circle.
Well, with the way I store my needles, thankfully, I always know what they are because they're in individual things, mark the size. So that's why as soon as, like tomorrow when I have needles that need to go back, I've kept the pattern with, and I'll look at the pattern, see what size they are, and put them away.
Right. So yeah,
foot's
worked
going
on
to
these a
sleep.
little bit. Actually would have had a finished sock
I have no room for my feet.
had I been able to work on them the one time I brought them with me when we were going to play for 4th of July, but that didn't happen because I didn't have a seat. Anyways, so yeah, I almost have a hoe. I actually am going to try these on because I think I'm ready actually to bind off. And this is a Christmas, both of these, I think this was a Christmas one with some kind of mini that I grabbed, and I'm doing them on size 1. Just a generic cuff down sock. So almost have that one done.
I guess I'll go here next. Which I did not do a ton on this, but I did a little bit. Well, see, and you can see this is the other thing is I tend to keep my packaging for my Addies and put the needles back in the packaging so I know what size they are too. And so I can also mark which ones are fills. So this is the shawl I'm working on with the mini skein set from Lollipop Girl Yarns. Laura, who has called dibs on this shawl.
Oh, cool.
The Rainbow Bouquet, Telly Bean Knits. She's like, has anybody called dibs? I call dibs. And I didn't do a whole lot, but I did a little bit. I did a couple more colors. So that's it from the bottom. And where's my progress keeper? It kind of blends. So my progress keeper is right here. So I did 2 colors and started a 3rd one. It's going to be bright. And there's also going to be a lot of ends to weave.
Yeah, I see that. But you don't have a problem with it.
No, I should actually do some as I go, but I don't know. It's fine. I'll sit at the end and do them. So made a little progress on that. That's another one I just whenever. Aren't really any of my projects like, oh, I got to get them done. So.
Yep. So, worked on in the mid row. Sorry, we went thrifting today. Stopped mid row while we were eating.
I feel like we should be playing like music.
Like music?
Mm-hmm.
This is why it takes Karen so long to knit.
Yeah, I was like, why? You're not
It's like
done with
almost
that row
a
yet?
full freaking row.
My goodness. So it's a washcloth she's working on.
Yeah. And I think this is my last one. I think that's why it's, when I gift things, I'm slow at gifting.
I just gifted.
I heavily procrastinate.
I just sent out a package the other day, and I'm like, oh, do I have anything else I want to put in there? I'm like, oh, I have some matching dishcloths that would go with my theme. Let me just grab those. Because gosh knows, I have a ton in there.
Okay, and I am at the point of the decreasing. The last time, I wasn't that far into it.
Granny's dishcloth pattern.
Granny's. That's what I always do. I go up to 44. And this is Classic Cotton by Loops and Threads. And the colorway is... I don't want the color number. There's the colorway. Vintage Floral. So there's that one.
Okay. I have a couple new cast-ons because, I need to cast on stuff because, if y'all are keeping track, still haven't put the sleeves on my cardigan. Still haven't woven the decorative stuff on my bag I have done. I mean, if you're keeping track, that's where I'm at. But I said last time, because I had done that self-striping cardigan for the yarn store, the sock arm one, and I had said about how the book has the little sock arms cardigan, that I was going to do one for Peanut, and I believe I'm also going to do one for Little Man for Christmas. The yarn I picked is for the body a gray that I dyed, and for the striped arms is Night Owl Fibers, spoonful of sugar.
Pretty.
So those should look really nice together.
Oh, yeah.
And I did a little bit. I was going to town. I started this, and then the next day that yarn came for the other sweater, and I'm like, alright. So, where am I at? So, it's kind of hard to show, but so this is the back of the sweater. And I've connected and done the front flap I'm working on. And then once I finish that, that'll get put on hold, and I'll do this side. And then you'll put everything together and knit.
And around.
Well, no.
Back and forth.
Back and forth. So, it's going.
Cool.
So that'll be cute. And I did, this pattern's for sport weight yarn, but I am doing fingering weight yarn. And I did go up, because she's like a 4 or 5 T, so I'm doing a 6. And I know with the 6 and with the fingering weight, it'll still be plenty big at Christmas time, because it'll grow if you want to.
Hers is
really
probably the
block
arms the most, because she's so lanky.
Yeah, she is.
She's very lanky.
And I'm undecided because I can't remember what sizes. 2T, 3T, 4, and 6. I might actually make him the same size. Because he's in a 4T right now. So yeah, they make it the same size.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Could you stay up there, please?
Okay, the next one. This should be fun. Almost looks like somebody's
giving you the finger.
Yeah.
Don't know that you can put that on the podcast, Karen.
So I'm working on the other one, so it looks like
gonna do a snowflake.
I started in the middle and went up, obviously, because you can see here. Oh. In my handy dandy plastic Tupperware.
Whatever works.
Yep, that's what works for me. There's that one.
All right, so my last one is going to be a double wrap cowl made from minis. I did a provisional cast on onto a barbacord, because that is the only way I will provisional cast on now, because it is so nice at the end, because you can just slide it right back onto your needles. So Let me see if I can show you the sections. That's section 1, section 2, 3, 4.
Is this your design?
Yes.
Very nice.
And I'm on section 5. And then the 6th one will be a little different, and then it repeats. And as I said, it's going to be a double wrap, where these, I know it looks wonky, guys. It's the same stitch count throughout. It's just the difference in the stitches. So this will block even. So once I have all the sections done, I'll lay it out and block it, and then it gets Kitchenered together.
Very nice.
So. And I just pulled random minis. Actually, most of these, or I think all of them that I pulled as of right now, are Lollipop Girl yarns. I will have to pull more. I just grabbed enough to start it. And that'll be an easy one too if you don't want a double loop. You can just not do as many sections.
Yep.
You won't repeat those 6 as many. So, and that's all I got for whips.
So I started the little kit that I received as a gift from one of our viewers. I think it was Cindy that sent that.
I can't remember.
It's taken me a little bit longer, only because
I'm gonna look.
you can't tell, but this thread is like a navy, a really deep navy. And with this material, I'm having to start and stop at each square just because it's, it's see-through. So you'd be able to see all my carryovers going in between. Not a problem.
Cindy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So starting on that, there was no picture with it, but it really isn't huge. What was it? 42 by 86. It's long. Well, it's supposed to be like a bell pull. So, and that came with everything. Cute little kit. So this next one, you guys saw it last time, and this will be for my mom when it's complete. This is by the Scarlet House, and it's called Emma Peterson, 1894. There we go. And last night I pretty much finished. I have 2 little sections there where I have to go back and cross them, but I have completed the edge and did a little bit of work in the corner with the flower work. Very dainty work. So really like this. As you can tell, it's very square. So that's kind of fun. It's kind of fast doing that border. You can't tell, but look at the sparkle.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
Mm-hmm. So there's that one. I did work on two of my full coverages. One of them I'm going to abandon, and it's the one that you guys saw last time. And the only reason why I'm abandoning it is I don't like the coverage. So I'm going to restart it. So I was picking it out and I'm like, oh, just Forget that, Karen. So that's what it'll look like when it's done. And this is, it's a mini, it's the Magi. It's designed by Michelle Sayeda. It's, of course, a Heaven and Earth designs, and the actual artist is Donna Gelsinger. So this one is going to end up being, well, it's 300 wide by 225 stitches high. So this is where I'm at. I started picking out the one corner. I'm like, forget this. So I actually have some material coming. And then, because I was still in my full coverage mode. Gosh dang it. I am doing this does not have the pictures with it. I'll have to, I think I have a copy of it at home. This is also a mini. It's called Gypsy Firefly Max Colors. Again, designed by the same person. And this is by Amy Stewart. So on this one, I worked on the second page, all this blue, bright blue down there. So I'm liking the coverage on this. It's a pain in the tuchus, but this is on 20 count easy grid, and I'm doing one cross over one. So when it initially, it's easy, but as the more stitches you get in there, it kind of gets tight to get in between the stitches. And it'll slow me down, but that's okay. And that's it. That's my last of my whips.
Okie dokie. On to acquisitions. So we're going to divide these up into sections here. Let me do this thrifting with Brett first, and then we'll get to ours. Thrifting with Brett. So it's amazing the man knows what things are. He brings stuff to me.
That's funny.
Yeah. I know you have something like this. This might be nice. He found me for 99 cents. And Jared, Jenny's husband of Cherry Piper Cottage, had made me one that was like this, where the one end is where you can poke for like putting snaps in. And the other end you put like this, and it's a seam ripper. And it's like my favorite one. So I'm always moving it back and forth from my table to my sewing machine. And he found this at Goodwill for 99 cents.
Awesome.
Found it on a cart. And I'm like, yeah. So I'll keep this one at my sewing machine. Then I don't have to keep running back and forth. Also, I found a pair of Addy Turbos. US 9, 47 inch. For $2.99. So picked up those. I got some knit clips they're called, from Susan Bates, which I've never seen these before.
Oh, and here mine.
I paid 99 cents for them. So the things, when you squeeze them, have like little straight pieces that'll go through like your knit stitches to like if you're seaming a shoulder together.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
So
without tearing up your knitting.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of clever. I'm sure everybody else has probably seen these, but I had not. So I picked those up for 99 cents.
I've never seen them before either.
I was like, what?
Or if I seen them, I didn't know what the heck they were.
Right? On the same trip, I did find another square little 31 cube for $1.99 again.
Those are great.
Which I explained last time are great for like putting some little washcloths and stuff and gifting them. So did that. Then we went to, that was all from like Goodwill. Then we went to this place called Treasure Hunt, which is basically a store that gets like Amazon returns. And so they're closed on Thursday and they load up their tables, like they throw everything in there, and then they open Friday. And on Friday, anything you choose to buy is $10. $10 each. And then Saturday, everything's $8, and then $6, and then $4. And we had been there once when it was $2. Well, this last time we hit it when it was on Wednesday, which it's $1 for everything. Of course, it's very picked over at that point. Yeah. But depending on what, you want to get, whatever. So I got this for you to give to Magana.
This is fun. She told me about it. I'm like, are you kidding?
And I did get a few other things, but I've already gifted them. Charlotte.
Don't make me use my opera voice. Since she's an opera singer, that is perfect.
So I figured she'd like that.
Yes.
So I got that. One of the other crafting things that I got, well, yet again, my husband found this. He's like, honey.
Are you serious? Like, anybody else, like if it was me, it'd be, so it wouldn't be one that I had.
It's a diamond painting. Only paid $1 for it. It has, it's all packaged up and has all the bead things and everything for it, guys. A little Yorkie. So Brett found that. I was like, oh, that is perfect. So I'm actually really excited. I kind of want to do this right away.
They're the type that if they needed to find something, they would find it. I would go there and find everything. But if I was like thrifting or going garage sailing or trying to find something very specific.
Well, when you go thrifting and you're in garage selling, you really can't go for anything specific.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cute.
It's like they took her picture.
So this is gonna get done, and then this will be brought to Michael's, and it will be custom framed, and it is gonna be hung. And I know I have not worked on my diamond painting that's out there, but I think I gotta start this.
Yeah, you do,
guys. Look at that. That is gonna be awesome.
It sure is.
Oh my gosh. And then it comes with everything you need, although like I have the tray and I have special pens that are like more comfortable than these cheap ones, but and then it has all your beads that are labeled to match the code along the side. So stinking cute. So you can expect once I start this, I'm going to be having a lot of neck pain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and my easel isn't this big, but I could probably finagle it a little bit that way I can have it up some.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I waited until now to open this, and now I'm just in love with it. So that was a really good find.
Yeah.
Especially for $1.
Right.
I mean, shoot. I would have been fine had we found that on a $2 day. I mean.
Yeah. And finding stuff like that for $1 would be great for finding gifts for Christmas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the littles.
Oh, I did actually get them a couple books. Cool. Brand new. Just somebody ordered them and, maybe mom had already gotten them that book or whatever. So, yeah. So yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff too. I can't really think right now off the top of my head what we got, but I'd set aside the few like kind of crafty things that we found. So that was fun. Do you have just what you got today, or do you have regular acquisitions?
I have just what I have.
Okay.
Today.
I'll go ahead and do my one regular,
Yeah.
well, it's not really a regular acquisition, but whatever. So, because I've been doing sample knitting and whatnot for Arkansas Yarn Co., she's been sending me the Sock Yarn Society subscription. And this one is awesome. I almost casted something on, and as soon as I opened this, I was like, oh my gosh. So, this is July's. And there's always a card inside, and I like now that they've added what month it is on there, and it tells you what's in here and what the theme is. It's going to be a good day. So what's in here is the yarn, which is called It's Gonna Be a Good Day, and mine is, she asked me what base I wanted, and I'm like, I don't care, whatever you have. It doesn't matter to me. Mine is on the Yummy High Twist, and it is yummy.
Ooh.
She has one of the best high twist yarns. It is awesome. It is a 8515, and I love it. It is gorgeous, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And then the stitch marker, she always usually has an Arkansas stitch marker that matches, and then another one. I'm trying to get the other one to flip. So these were the two stitch markers this time. And then there's always a little bag of goodies. I didn't even open it. Look at me being good. So there's stitch stoppers, needle stops, that say the same thing as the yarn. It's gonna be a good day. So how perfect is that? There's a try-on cord or a barber cord with a little, words.
Stoppers.
Thank you. And it
takes two of us to do this podcast.
It is an exact match to that yarn. Like, she couldn't have done it any better.
It really does take two of us to do this podcast.
And then she always does a tea, which I will not be having this particular tea. I can tell you that. Won't even try it. Wildberry Refresher Herbal Tea. I'm sure it's good. Honeybush tea, apple pieces, lavender. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, rose petals, raspberry leaf, blue cornflower, strawberry raspberry essence. I'm sure it is very, very good. But the lavender knocks me out. So that was July's Sock Yarn Society.
Very nice.
And if you want information about the Sock Yarn Society, you can go to ArkansasYarnCo.com or to their Instagram. And you'll be seeing these every month. I'm very excited about next month. I won't tell you why, but I'm very excited. It's a secret. All right. We are to our shopping now. We went out today.
Yes, we did. We spent a majority of the day together.
I wore her out. She had to go home and take a nap. I'll let you start since I've been talking all this time.
Yeah, so I got during your thrifting, some just square ornaments, and they're very lightweight mini ornaments. I'm actually going to put magnets on the back of them and make needle minders out of them. So they're and the edgings are very soft, so it'll be perfect for, I got 12 new.
Yeah. You'll be set.
Yep, definitely. And the next thing I got, I actually just brought one box in. This thrifter must have been like somebody must have passed away, because there was a lot of cross stitch stuff. And talk about old school. right? This is a single. I got this filled with threads, all numbered in numeric order for DMCs. The other one I got is double-sided. And it actually has some of the holders in it left over. And even the holders are nice for the thread. And then you have dividers that you can use wherever you want to put them in there. So I got this box and another same, actually double-sided box, same size, filled on one side. The other side was empty for like $20. So it was like a happy camper. And, you know, as long as the thread is usable, I don't know how old the thread is. There's no smell to it. So I was very happy about that too. Because, you know, you never know. But that would be great because that's a lot of work to do this. And I got 2 of them. Huge.
And you can add to them too, because you have the other one has open side.
Yeah.
This one has some room in it.
Yep. And then I ended up with, which I didn't bring, I also got some perforated paper and a couple of pieces
which
of
was really
like
good
20
deal.
count. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that perforated paper, if you buy in the actual stores, is kind of pricey.
It is nowadays.
All right. Well, I kind of went a different route than what I normally do.
Yeah, she went like, she turned a corner.
But you guys know, I do like all sorts of crafts. So it just kind of, and if that's an indicator, Stampin' Up. Which I'm like, I don't need any stamps. Although I was looking for a particular stamp for one of my friends, but it's retired and I could not find it. So that's fine. But I couldn't resist some of the kits that they had for card making. I believe it's it's like a monthly thing. So this one was October 2018. And basically there's everything in here to make looks like 8 cards. There's all different types. Get Well, Thinking of You. But it was $3. And it has like all the stuff in there. And then I got the November one, which is called To You and Yours, and obviously is Christmas, and it does another 8, and it was also $3. Then I got this one.
I haven't seen any of this because we were like 2 different areas in the thrift while we were thrifting.
Which was from April of 2017. It's called a Sarah thing. But these were really cute. It says you are the best. And it has all the stuff in there.
Very nice. Yeah.
All the stuff in there to do those. And then this one had little gifts attached with little stamps, the ink, and some little pencils. So that was like a complete thing. And these kits I'll knock out really quick, so it's not like I'll be adding them to my stash of stuff. I'll just knock all these out, and I have a card container because I've been sending out some stuff lately, and I've been using a lot of the cards I've had made. So I also got this kit. Doesn't really say how many it makes. I'm gonna guess also 8. It was only $2, and it has thank you ones and congratulations.
Very pretty.
Those are really pretty. So I'll be making those. And then so this one I got from a different person. These I all got in the same place. And then when I was getting these, I saw this sitting there. And I'm like, oh, that's a little 31 square. You know how I am about my 31 squares.
Mm-hmm.
And it was marked $4. I'm like, shoot, just the square alone is worth that. But it's filled with markers, and they're the really nice ones. The Firefly. So there's, it's dual-sided. There's fine and broad. And there's a large array of colors, so this would be nice for writing inside my cards I make, is what I figured. And then this one was in there, which was still, brand new, and this is a tri-blend one. So it's a 3-in-1, so it basically has 3 different shades on the one marker. Yeah. So, yeah, I was like, oh, that'll be nice, because have all different colors, and there's fine and broad, so I could, write stuff on my cards with these. And they fit quite nicely in here. And like I said, the whole thing, including the little 31 thing, was $4.
Yeah.
So I really couldn't go wrong with that.
Yep.
So I thought that too. So yeah, I really went a different route.
Yeah.
So
completely.
You'll be seeing some cards soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we had fun.
We did.
I got some tops and shorts actually for Chuck.
Oh, was he surprised?
Yeah. He wasn't, over the top with him. I'm like, whatever.
Well, he's a guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
they don't get as thrilled about stuff like that as we do. Ooh, those smell. They smell kind of good though. They're alcohol markers. Sorry, guys. We get so. Oh, and then at the one thrift store, she got a little. Because she was waiting to try something on, and I come walking over, and I did get a couple packages of crimp beads too. But I come walking over with a T-shirt, and she's kind of like this, so I held it up for her to read, and she's like, "How do you always find the funny ones?" Which you'll see that at some point too. Oh, that's another thing. I got a bunch of Bella Canvas plain T-shirts to put stuff on, because those are my favorite T-shirts. They're always so nice and soft, and they don't like Gildan's, and I'm sorry if you like Gildan's, more power to you. They come up too high on my neck, and I just claw at them. Plus, they're just not as soft. I mean, some of them are now. Like they have different versions of them, and they have came a ways from what they used to be. Yeah. But to me, that whole neck issue just no. Yeah. No. So I did get some of those too. But yeah, she was like, "How do you always find those shirts?" So you'll see that. I got
lucky too because I found those 2 polo shirts too. Yes. I play in a municipal band. I play the clarinet in the summer, and we have to wear white polo tops with black bottoms. Thankfully, they finally loosen the reins, and if it's too hot, we can wear shorts or black skirts or whatever. And I have one. Then it's kind of. It might have been a guy's shirt, to be honest, but it's thicker. And these I found were my size and thin cotton, so they'll be a lot more comfortable to wear.
There's 37 markers in here.
That's a pretty good deal. Plus the actual.
I've kind of lined them up now, guys. Look at the array of colors. Like there's nice amount of colors in there. Yep. Like I'm really excited about my markers. Can you tell?
She could care less about what I bought. No.
No, you had some good finds.
Yeah,
we both. We start off together, and then we kind of separate.
Yeah. Now we've gotten to the point where we know exactly where we start off. We craft section first, and then from there we just kind of shoop.
And then we meet back up.
Go to my sizes. She goes to her sizes. She looks at the little men's.
Yeah, I always look for littles.
Peanuts stuff, and I don't have any grandchildren, so I haven't.
Well, my grandkids, every time I come over, did you bring me something?
Yeah.
They're so used to bringing me stuff. Yeah. It's so funny. I'm like, and he was so cute the other day. So the one day when I went over there, oh my gosh, it was last Sunday, guys. I love my grandbabies. You guys know that. Love them. I had too much of them last Sunday. So I went over there. I think I got it there a little before 9 a.m. And I don't think their parents came home until like 4:15.
So a full day.
I was ready to pull my ever-loving hair out. But when I got there, they were really cute because, I come walking in and, I have my bag of stuff with me, but then I have like a Walmart bag filled with stuff for them that I've found thrifting. And they both are standing up on the chair. What's in the bag, Grandma? Peanut. So, I just start taking out stuff. And I had a couple little shirts for her and stuff. And he's standing there. He goes, me next. Me next. So he's really gotten into what's in the bag. And, what about me? What about me? So, I always have to make sure, I can't just bring one of them.
Yeah.
Because the other one definitely looks. But I was telling Karen, I'm like, they don't want to go outside to play. It's too hot. Or they'll go outside and then 2 minutes later they're like, I want to go in. And I will not let them just sit all day and watch TV. I won't do it. So I did end up taking them down to the basement because they have trikes and a bounce house and a trampoline and everything down in this basement. And it was so cute because Peanut has this habit of she puts something down and then he's like, and goes and gets it. Well, then she threw a screaming hissy fit. And, I'm trying to use your words. And she's blah, 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 blah. And she goes, Grandma, put him in timeout. And it was so cute because he just turns around to her and goes, you go to timeout. So, I kid you not, 15, 20 minutes, these kids were just, you go to timeout. You go to timeout. And I'm like, well, I was sitting in a chair that had wheels, so I said, Grandma's going to timeout, and I wheeled myself into the corner and just sat there. They got so quiet. They didn't know what to do. And then they stopped fighting. I was just like, but I'm like, hey, you want to go in the pool? No. You want to go on the scooters? No. You want to ride your bikes? No. Do you want to go, let's go chalk the driveway and surprise Mom and Dad when they get home. No. Like, really?
Party poopers.
I should have kept, because I took them to McDonald's that day, too. I should have kept them at McDonald's longer, but it was freezing.
Okay. Iceberg, huh?
Oh, my gosh, was it bad.
I almost asked you the other day when you sent the picture.
Oh, it was and good that day.
They were sitting there, and she's like, I'm going to give them all kinds of sugar and send them home.
Yeah.
And they're drinking those blue freezy things or whatever, which are straight sugar. And they're just sitting there, and I wanted to ask her, so what's the temperature?
So, and that first day we had to, which Peanut fought with me. She's like, we can't just go to McDonald's. We have to go to the pet store and get Packer a cake. It's his birthday.
Oh, I love it when they get insistent
We're
on
not
that.
getting a cake until after we go to McDonald's because it was like 90-some degrees, But yeah, so they eat, and then all of a sudden out of the blue, last time I let them have ice cream. Well, this time all of a sudden she comes up to me. She's like, I want a blue slushie.
She knew what it was.
And then he's like, well, I want one too. So I had to take a picture and I sent it to, you and Brett and stuff. And I'm like, yep, Grandma's letting me have all the sugar before I send them home. I'm like, I don't care. Sure, you can have some blue slushie. Well, then it was funny because they were bouncing off the freaking walls. And I got home with them, and Phil was at home. I got a message that morning, a text, with a video from Peanut saying, Phil going, what did you want to ask Grandma? I want to know if she'll take us to McDonald's because I want to go down the slide. And I just responded with, who wants them to go to McDonald's? Would that be you? Because he had them that whole day. Alisha was gone. He's like, no, really, I didn't put her up to it. Alisha's still here. She's my witness. So he was at home relaxing. He got some time without the kids, which I tend to do for him. But then when I got them back, they actually wanted to go in the pool, and they were playing in the pool, and he was throwing them up and stuff. And yeah, they were full of energy. I'm sure they probably slept pretty well at night between doing everything. So, but
the sugar crash.
yeah, that day that I was there, that whole day, I was never so happy to see them. Alicia's like, well, we were going to be gone longer, but my vertigo hit in after my first game of bowling. And I'm like, oh, darn. Glad to see you. Gotta go. And I came home and instantly, I literally walked in the house, said something to Brett, changed clothes, and went for a run. I'm like, because I'm not used to just sitting like that. I'm just like, yeah. So they're good in small doses, not big doses. Not all day. I just all day is just a little much. I had one child for a reason.
Yeah,
love them, but whew, and they start soccer in August. Can't wait to see what my schedule's going to be.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah. Saturday games. They better be having popcorn.
They do.
That's the only reason way I go
popcorn
to
and nachos.
I don't do nachos. You know I'm a popcorn girl, so. But although that one Saturday, if they have a game, I will be missing because me and my infinite wisdom, guys, I signed up to run a 5K, and yes, I'm not walking this time. I'm going to try to run.
She'll do it.
I won't. I know I'm not going to run the whole entire thing. I'm not in the shape to do that anymore. I mean, I've done a 15K before and ran the whole thing, but not anymore. I'm slow. When I say run, it's more of a very light jog.
So it's a good thing she has long legs.
Yes.
Because she can make some good distance.
I can actually walk faster than some other runners.
That doesn't surprise me.
But it's like, I know I'm going to get out there and be like, I kind of want to run a little bit. And if you sign up for the walk, you're not supposed to run at all. And I'm a stickler for the rules. So, and I'm like, well, when I do tortoise and hare in September, I'd already decided I'm signing up for the run because if you guys remember the last 2 years, I signed up for the walk, which was only supposed to be like 2 miles, and they didn't have the route marked, and I did the 5K, and they wouldn't switch me over. So I figured if I'm going to keep doing the 5K, I'm getting credit.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to do the 5K there as well, as long as I don't die when I do the August one.
Yep.
There's that. So I think that's all I got. Do you want to remind them about all the things?
Yep. Don't forget about the craft along that we have going on, the make along and Ravelry. And then if you'd like to see us again, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Also remember that there is a sale going on, Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy, 30% off most of the bags, so get those while you can.
Yep.
And then we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye.